AI bolted version. You can see here how it looks like. And what happens in this, this is not yet agentic workflow redesign. This is AI being added as an assistant layer. Most of we are trying right now that way. It helps, of course. It can summarize the requests. It can check deadlines. It is helping you to draft an email or prepare different, you can say, options for managers. And that is useful part, but what we need to pay attention to here is the workflow is not changed. There is no exception map in that part. That's why there is no design logic inside for routing. No clear rule that says where each type of exception should go. There is no system telling the agent who owns what. So even if AI makes the request clearer, it still sends the prepared information here back to the manager. The manager still has to ask, what kind of exception is this? Who owns it? Is this a priority issue? A capacity issue? Policy issue? What kind of issue is it? Is it people issue? Does this need escalation? This helps in administration, but it has not redesigned the workflow. That is the difference. What happens in AI bolted version? AI helps the manager see exception better. And in AI native version, the workflow knows where the exception belongs. And that only happens when the workflow is redesigned first. Because it just do not magically know who should own what. Yes, the work inside the system that has already defined owners, routes, triggers, escalation points, and where human judgment is required. So this work is not about intelligent routing. The work is about better preparation here. Manager is still routing the system. The burden is back on the manager, and that is the problem that we need to work on. And so now let's look at native version. What happens here? I want to be very clear here. AI is not deciding everything by itself. That is not the point at all. The point that is that the organization designs the exception map first. Then AI works inside the map how you want it. The agent helps detect, classify, prepare, and route, but this is your job. But the workflow design decides where the exception should go, how should it work. And the human owners, of course, they remain accountable for that. And I'm going to show you this here. Let's look at the how AI workflow, added workflow looks like. This is called AI native redesign. Now, what happens here is the urgent request comes in, but instead of treating it as one big problem, urgent workflow, it checks it against exception map. This is important shift. Why? Because urgent is not enough. Urgent can mean many things. Yes, urgent means, it may mean missing information. What's urgent? It may mean it's a capacity issue. Is it a priority conflict? It may mean policy or compliance risk or a technical blocker. It may mean people impact or leadership or client risk. These are different exceptions, yes? And they should not all go to the same place. Here is the manager. Look through that. So the AI helps identify the exception type here, not to own the decision, of course, not to replace the humans. That's our job. That's your job. But to prepare the route. If the issue is missing information, it should go back to the requester or the input owner, not automatically to the manager. Look at it, because the manager should not be chasing information that someone else owns. If the issue is capacity, it should not go to, it should go to the workload owner or team planning point, because the question is not only can we do this, the question here is what changes if we do this. If the issue is priority conflict, it should go to the decision owner. That may be the manager, but it may also be a project owner, a department head, leadership sponsor, or whoever who has the authority to decide the trade-off. Here, if we compare that now, in the first version, the workflow doesn't know what to do with the exception. We saw that. So what happens there? The manager observed it. In the second workflow version, when AI came in,